Welcome to the Builders of Authority podcast, a show committed to helping you build authority for your brand. In the realm of business and personal branding, authority stands as a cornerstone. Authority isn't built overnight, it's built over time. So join us as we build something remarkable together. And now, here's your host, Adam McChesney.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Builders of Authority podcast. We're live here at Adventure Unknown in Fenton, Missouri, just right outside of St. Louis. If you're local to the St. Louis area and you've not been out to AU yet, I would love the opportunity to show you around. You can see the podcast studio that we have here where we record all these episodes with the help of Punchline Productions and see all of the amenities and really what makes Adventure Unknown unique. So many of our recent guests are also members here at Adventure Unknown, and it's just a great place if you want to level up your life and business, meet some amazing people, and have a community to hang out at. And so today I'm joined by someone I met up here a few months ago who's also a fellow member. We have a lot of mutual connections and have had a few conversations, but really looking forward to diving into his story today and learning even more about what he does and how he's starting to create content and do some amazing things after some conversations that we've had as well. So my guest today is Alex Vaughn. Alex, welcome to the show, man.
Adam, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Looking forward to learning a little more about you as well and see what we can come up with today.
Yeah, man. I know we were talking a little bit before the episode, and I didn't want to make for no content here, right? Where I knew all the information, but tell us a little bit kind of about your story and kind of where you got started in the workplace versus kind of where you're at right now.
So when I got started in the workplace, I was probably... honestly, like 12. I used to work for my dad growing up, work in the summertime, to make a little spending money, cleaning the shop, basically is what I would do. He has a sprinkler fitting company, so I was out there sweeping the shop, but when they'd run out of things to do, I'd sweep the shop 7 times a day just to make a quick buck. Went to college, started bartending, serving tables. Took a job out there at a Texas Roadhouse as a kitchen manager for a couple years. Did pretty good at that, but then COVID hit and things kind of change when stuff like that happens. And honestly, I miss my family and my friends. So wanted to come back to the St. Louis area, came back here, started working for my dad again, officially as a engineer technician. So I designed sprinkler systems for a living, but I was also still serving tables. I was bouncing at a bar at the same time. I was coaching high school wrestling. I was working 4 jobs. And I finally was like, I have not had enough sleep, but I'm making the money I want, but I need to find something that I can do to get me to that next level. And I had a friend reach out to me about where I work now, and I decided to just kind of take the chance, see how it went, and so far, so good. It's been going absolutely phenomenal for me. So
tell us about where you're at right now, the company, and then, your role and what you do.
Yeah. So I work for a company called Globe Life, Liberty National. So Globe Life's our parent company, Liberty National. They're just a division underneath it. I specialize in worksite benefits. So it's really cool compared to some of the things that people are actually used to, because it doesn't actually cost the business owner anything. So we just give their employees other options to look at. So things that are maybe going to have a little bit higher payouts than other companies, maybe a little more portable aspects like that. But we're not here to replace anybody. It's just more so give people options that maybe better fit their needs. My role is I'm a supervising agent. So I have a team of agents underneath me. I've been one of the top 5 supervising agents in the company since I moved up last year. So it's been a really awesome thing. The company's really bought into me and helped me improve my life. And honestly, it's changed my life dramatically since I started here.
Yeah, that's awesome. So talking a little bit about kind of, hey, I got my mindset or my clarity set on hey, I want to make this amount of money, but it took 4 jobs in order to kind of get there. You mentioned lack of sleep, all that stuff.
Yeah.
How did you kind of get to that decision? Because I think regardless of if it's, hey, I'm doing multiple things and I need to focus on one thing, whether it's a job or a business, I think a lot of people struggle with actually making that leap to say, hey, I'm going to go try something completely new. Right. Knowing that this is where I'm at, to take that leap of faith and go do that.
I don't think for me, it was necessarily about the money. I think it was about the lifestyle. So I was tired of having to work 4 jobs to just get by.
Yeah.
And I wanted to provide for, my future family, set up a type of life where I don't have to work 4 jobs forever.
Yeah, yeah.
The economy, right?
Mm.
Everybody's looking at more than one thing, and
Uh-huh.
this opportunity presented itself. It sounded great, and a lot of people don't take that jump. I highly suggest taking it because you got to take the leap. If you're afraid to fall, then you're never going to really succeed. You have to fail
Yeah.
to succeed. And I failed time and time again. So what's one more?
Yeah.
What's one more? So I
Can
gave it a
always go
shot.
back, yeah.
Yeah. I can always try something else if I had to, but it worked out for the best. And now I couldn't be more thankful for where I'm at.
And so I was a sales rep in medical device sales for 5 years, and I always referred to it as any job where there's commission tied to it, especially where it's heavily commissioned, if not all commissioned, right? You are basically an entrepreneur for yourself inside of another company, but with the stability and the infrastructure where it's like you're not creating this from ground zero, but you have, as we were talking about before, kind of that uncapped ceiling where you can go make what you want, put in what you want, go get out of it what you want. And I think a lot of people that eventually maybe want to start their own business, right? Going into sales and doing some of those activities for a long period of time and building up that experience with that safety net, if you will, is actually one of the best things that they can do versus try to go start a business from scratch and have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah. So starting a business from scratch is great. A lot of people have done it. A lot of people have been successful with it, but also having that safety net it kind of holds people back.
Yep.
Yeah. You've heard the burn the boats, right?
Yeah.
Don't have a plan B. Just if you're going to do that, just full send it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I did. I didn't have a plan B. I was just going to do it, but I think it really just depends on the person.
Yeah.
I think if you've got the work ethic, if you've got the mindset and the goals, I think if you're a goal-oriented person and you set a goal for yourself and you just attack it with everything you have, like you're gonna succeed. Like, you aim for the moon, you miss, you hit the stars, like that kind of thing. So I think it goes a little bit of both ways, but once you have your back against the wall for maybe it is a commission-only job and you have your back against the wall and you have no other choice to succeed, most people, that's when they start to succeed. But when they always feel like, oh, I've got a little bit of this, I've got a little bit of that left, that's when like, I'm still doing okay. I'm getting by.
Yeah.
Instead of just
run.
Just do it. Just go do it.
Yeah. So one of the things that we were talking about before is like the difference between, people that are successful in your space and really any space at all versus the ones that aren't. Whether that's in business or a sales rep inside of a company where there is high turnover because people ultimately, maybe they didn't know what they were getting into. Maybe they thought results were going to happen quicker, and it kind of ties into building, authority and creating content. What do you think sets people apart from actually getting through that lull period where it's like, this shit's going to suck for a little bit. You're going to have to earn your stripes and get through it. And you need to do that because day one or even month one or even year one, you're not 5 years in with all the experience and relationships. What do you kind of think about that?
I think that, that's kind of a tough question. Repeat it for me one more time. Let me see. Let me kind of word this.
What do you kind of think? So, the people that have the aspect of the mindset, they're going to come into a new situation. They're going to come into a new company, sales rep. Hey, I'm expecting overnight results without the experience, without the guidance to be able to do that. And you mentioned kind of some high turnover where people turn over because they're not making what they want, not getting the results quick enough. So what do you think sets the people apart like yourself that actually get through that?
I think it's mentality, just the mentality that I'm never going to give up. Like, I'm not going to lose. I'm going to win. And I might not succeed overnight, but success doesn't happen overnight. Nobody that's ever been successful has had it happen overnight. We talked about it at the talk we had last week at the event you put on. Michael Jordan, Kobe, like none of those guys were just automatically great. They all had to suck before they became the best ever, the greatest ever. And I think like when you start thinking about it like that and you put yourself in a situation where you're like, okay, I know that I'm not going to be successful in 2 weeks. I know I'm not going to make $3 million worth of sales in 3 weeks. Like some people, maybe they can, they're gifted, but a lot of times that's not how it works. But you have to give yourself the grace, like, hey, it's not going to take just a day. Like, it's going to take me time. It's going to take me effort, and I'm going to have to do more than just the 7 to 4. I'm going to have to put in the time outside of work. I'm going to have to work on building my own brand and finding new ways to be successful. So I think it boils down to really is like, are you just stuck in this box, or are you going to step outside of the box and then kind of lift your own limits? Kind of like you're taking away the same safety net with the money, but you're taking away the safety net of, I'm just going to do this between this hour and this hour. Why? Like, why? If you have other options to do and other things that you can do to reach people, why not give it a shot?
Yeah.
And I think it's that mentality that if people had that, then I'm going to find every which way possible to succeed. Then those are the ones that make it to greatness.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with a lot of that. And I think years ago, somebody told me like, hey, business is a contact sport, right? Sales is a contact sport. It's a numbers game, right? How many reach outs you're going to do, how many phone calls, how many follow-ups, knowing your numbers and knowing what you have to go and put in. But I was thinking about just this as you were kind of saying some of this stuff. And it's so funny, whether it's a job and working for somebody or sales or running your own business, thinking about back to like when we were growing up and playing sports, right?
Yep.
We would lose games, right? Or we would have a bad game and our team would still win and all those different things. And it's frustrating in the moment, right? And it seems as if people that are athletes or people that have that competitive aspect and lifestyle and that mindset, like they are able to then go translate that and zone in on what they used to be doing to be successful in sports, to now translate that to the real world of like, hey, like I didn't win every single game. Like the best batting averages in the major leagues, right, are like in the 300s. That's you failing 7 out of 10 times if you're the best at that, right? And so I think that mindset of being able to go channel that energy from something else that made you successful also correlates with people that are able to kind of understand, hey, this is how I need to make it for making phone calls or going and doing networking events or doing those follow-ups when I really don't want to, but I know I need to do it in order to hit my quota.
I would agree, and I think it correlates very well to how I got where I'm at. I think it had a lot to do with, for me, it was wrestling. So, you're cutting weight. Like, you're eating a half a granola bar for breakfast to make weight. Sometimes you're in the sauna. You're just strung dry, and you're like, I still have 5 pounds to go.
Yeah.
But you just do it. Like I mean, there's plenty of times I've been pummeled in the middle of a wrestling match. I was pretty good, but there's plenty of times where I took a beat down. And the best part about taking those beat downs is that if you don't take them, then you don't know your weaknesses. But when you do take them, you
right
find
away
your weakness, and then now you're back in the gym, you're back in the mat room, you're back on the baseball field. Now I know what I need to work on. I need to work on my batting average. I need to work on my single leg. Now your weaknesses have been exposed. Maybe a weakness that you didn't even know you had until you lost 15-2.
Yeah. So let's dive in a little bit to like the services you guys offer, right? So I know you kind of mentioned like, hey, it's obviously value add to the business to really retain and probably recruit, obviously, employees that, hey, we have this other thing over here. So walk us through a high level of like, hey, here's the value to the business and to the employee, and then here's some individual things that they get access to as a part of it.
Yeah. So the value to the business and the employees is that it's not going to cost the business owner. What I offer doesn't cost the business owner. So it's going to be more on the life and supplemental side. So it is used as a retention tool and a recruiting tool, especially for small businesses that maybe don't have the money to pay for benefits for their employees. Now they're going to have access to our stuff at a group rate.
Got it.
So the cool part about it is doing it through the business, they get the group rates and there is no minimum participation. So it kind of opens up more doors for businesses that maybe didn't have those doors available in the first place.
Sure.
And just gives their employees more options to kind of look at. So besides the actual retention part, it doesn't cost the owner any money himself, doesn't cost the business any money, but the more employees that participate, it creates a tax savings for the business and for the employees. So, I mean, depending on the size of the business, you could save couple $1,000 a year. So, which is huge, right? In today's day and age, especially, but today's day and age, also people want employees, and employees, one of their biggest things when signing on to a job is benefits. So in having more than just one option to look at is always going to make it a little bit more efficient. But we do like the life and the supplemental side. So similar to like an Aflac, but very different. different specialties. So specialize in the life for sure. That's our bread and butter. And then the cancer, stroke, heart attack, accident plans. We offer a lot of products that are patented strictly through our company.
Okay.
So you can't get us at a broker or anywhere else.
Got it.
But it's really cool just the way that we do things, because we do things face to face. So I don't stick a laptop in front of one of your workers and say, hey, click what you want.
Yeah.
I actually sit down and meet with them personally.
Wow.
I give everybody that works for you my cell phone number,
Yeah.
file all the claims myself, answer all the billing questions myself. And then I have a team of guys, obviously, that if I need help, they'll help me. But no, we don't make our money and leave. It's more about cultivating relationships, not about making money.
Yeah.
It's really about, you care about your employees like family, right? I want to care about your employees like their family to me too. I want to make sure that they're taken care of just as much as you take care of them.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, sometimes it gets put on the back burner, and people only come in once a year for their re-enrollment.
Sure.
I come in and visit my accounts once, twice a month, sometimes twice a week. It just depends on where I'm at and where they're at.
Yeah.
But I always stop by and show face, and I've built a lot of great relationships from it. And honestly, one of them is what brought me to AU.
Yeah.
And now here I am with you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No, it's an amazing company to work for and an amazing thing to be a part of, because they're also extremely good about giving back. I think last year we donated like 7.1 million or something like that to give back, be better. And it's through not just money and donations, but through time out in the field, charity work, things like that. So it's a really, truly amazing company to work for and to work with.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I know you kind of mentioned a lot about the cultivating relationships, the AU part, obviously how we got connected here. Talk to me about how you kind of built your business inside of the business, from the relationships, the networking. Like, what was that like starting in a new industry, having to create a name for yourself with this new business? And then where did it start? Some of the things you were doing, and like, where are you spending your time now to go get new clients?
So when I first started, I was just hitting the ground running. I was going to 25 businesses a day in person.
Wow.
And just trying to get that in-person meeting. And I was just going in, no appointment, just trying to get one. And I was doing 100, 125 walk-ins every single week. My success rate was very low at first, but I was new and I was nervous. There was a few times I got a little nervous, and I'm like, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know. Sit in the car a little bit, like tear up, like, oh, God. But after a certain amount of reps, like, it just starts coming naturally. And then, I put in the time outside of the work hours to still review my notes, review my policies, my rebuttals, and like really hone in my personal skills. Took me about 6 months to get my actual first close. And then once I saw the whole process from start to finish, it was like a domino effect for me.
Yeah.
I started feeling more comfortable. I was like, okay, that wasn't that bad at all.
Yeah.
That's all I had to do. I was just overthinking the whole thing. And, I still do walk-ins. I still hit the street every single day. I'll be out there today after this and going to businesses. And now, I also stepped outside the box, kind of what we talked about earlier, like thinking more than just being caged to this. So I joined AU. I've done the BNI meetings. I've given the presentations. I did your leadership summit last week. I find a lot of leads on social media. Social media is a huge thing for me. LinkedIn.
Yep.
I also partnered with a friend of mine. Her name's Jennifer Bardot. Grit, if you've ever heard of that. I've done a couple luncheons with her, which that's an amazing company to be a part of. And she has amazing connections as well. So really what I do is I just focus on the relationships I have and build those up. And then I learn from other people. I mean, the best thing you can do in business, I feel like, is don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to, admit that, hey, I'm struggling here. Do you know anything that I can do to maybe get better? Kind of like I talked to you about the personal branding. And I think that's the biggest thing for me, is I just wasn't afraid to ask for help, and I wasn't afraid to think outside the box. You gotta do the things that people don't want to do or that they're too lazy to do. But if you do them, then you're also now you're 5 steps ahead.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then you kind of touched on a little bit, like with some of the personal branding stuff, but mentioned like LinkedIn, social media. What are some of the things that you found that have been successful when you're going in, whether it's, sending out the requests or sending introduction messages or just creating content that would be valuable to somebody that needs your services?
So I think for me, the best part about it, what's helped me the most is the in-person.
Mhm.
Because realistically, how many emails do you get a day that somebody's probably spamming you and you're not going to respond? That's just the case. It's a lot easier to say no over a phone call or an email.
Yeah.
But you don't want to not do those things because then you're missing out on 60% of your potential clients in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But the face-to-face, they can hear me over the phone, but they can't see me. They don't know my personality.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how I am in person, like how clean cut I look.
Mm-hmm.
Face-wise. But I think that's been the biggest thing. But also just, don't push it. Don't be a pushover, but just be a regular person. That's what a lot of people always forget about. You treat everybody like a regular person. They kind of respect you a little bit more for it if you're just upfront and honest with them.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, this is my name. This is what I'm here to do and meet with you with. It's only going to take me a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have the time right now, I'd love to meet with you a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, when you do that, you don't try to twist their arm.
Yeah.
You have a lot better success.
A lot opens up.
Yeah. But you also, if you just go in one time, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You got to go in sometimes 10, 15, 20 times
before it happens.
And just, but cultivate that relationship over the course of that time.
Yeah.
The secretary, they're the most important person there, right?
Yeah.
If they like you, they're going to take you right to the person you want to talk to.
Yeah.
But if you just completely blow right past them, then next time you come in, they're going to be like, hey, I told you to email me.
Yeah.
Right? So I think it boils down to the relationships. I think that's what's really helped me is focusing on the bigger picture, not just, I need this close, the commission breath, that kind of thing. That's what really turns people off.
Yeah.
You want the business, but you don't need it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what separates it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So how do you set, when you're going into these appointments and you're having conversations with the people that you sign up with, are they typically using a competitor of yours and you're getting them to flip, or is this something that they're not touching at all? Or is it a combination?
I mean, I don't ever go in and try to get somebody to flip. That's not my goal. That's not my job. I don't believe in burning down other people's bridges and ruining relationships.
Sure.
It just gives them another thing to offer.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the approach that I take. Sometimes they don't deal with it at all, which is great because if they don't offer anything, then here I am. I'm a shoe-in, right?
Yeah,
but if they do offer it, sometimes it is a little bit tougher. But when you kind of clarify what you're actually there to do and not replace their current relationship, you're not there to add work to their plate. You're just there to make their life a little bit easier, save their company a little money, and make sure their employees are taken care of. Usually it's a pretty easy thing once you get actually going. I think most times people's biggest, I guess, reservation, I guess I would say, is that they don't know you.
Yeah.
They don't know you. You're a stranger coming in unannounced. You just walked in without an appointment. That's usually their biggest reservation.
Yeah.
When you sit there and have a conversation with somebody, they really light up. They ease up. You just explain exactly who you are, what you do, and what you're actually there to do today, instead of, hey, I just need you to sign this piece of paper. Yeah. Trust me, you're just going to want to sign this.
Yeah.
Just talk to them first.
Yeah. And so who are some of your ideal clients? Who are the whether it's the industry, I know we talked a little bit about blue collar, whether it's industry, size of the company, all those different types of things.
Ideal industry is blue collar, but I can do any industry for the most part. There's only a few industries that I cannot do, and that's basically straight up 1099.
Yeah.
So W-2 employees, that's where we're at, and I take care of several white collar businesses, several blue collar businesses. Just the blue collar guys are usually the guys that need it the most. Those are the companies that usually don't have it, or maybe they're union, and if they leave the union, their benefits go away. So that's kind of where we come in and fill the gaps with companies like that.
Yep.
But yeah, I would say those are the most ideal situations for me, but I can do anything and will do anything. It's just more so, hey, do you want to protect your employees? Do you want to offer them the best of the best? Then I have the best of the best. I am the best of the best.
So why would somebody not, let's take even just you and your company out of the equation. Why would companies, if they know about this stuff, why would they not offer it?
Convenience. Convenience is a huge thing for people. A lot of people don't like change.
Yeah.
And they don't want the responsibility of maybe having to add something new to their payroll, maybe having to switch something completely over. Like a lot of times, sometimes business owners even just really don't care.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm really good. I don't offer anything, but they can go get it on their own.
Yeah.
And so you kind of have a bunch of different avenues there that you could take. But a lot of times what it boils down to is they just don't want to deal with it at that point in time.
Yeah. And the reason why I ask is because like there's a lot of different things that are out there that are just almost risk free to a certain aspect with high upside that business owners, for one reason or another, whether it's the closed mindedness, they just don't like the change, they just don't care, that is actually keeping them from getting that higher quality talent or retaining that higher quality talent, which is what I kind of want to dive into here for a second, is the impact that you see on the culture of the company and the brand of the company being able to offer some of these things. Like, so what are some of the things that you hear where people are like, oh my gosh, we now get access to this stuff where previously it was not even a thing on the radar?
So the life insurance is what really boils down to, because we're also guaranteed right company. So if somebody has a pre-existing health condition, I can write you a policy.
Okay.
And a lot of companies won't do that. And if they do, it's going to be an absurd amount of money a month. And we actually have something that you can have access to. And that's one of the biggest ones. And then one of our other policies is, a group term policy. But instead of 10 years, it covers you till you're 100.
Wow.
So that's kind of like some of the differences there. I think a lot of the times what boils down to for us is the customer service is what people love. They like having the same agent every single year instead of a different one year by year.
Sure.
Or instead of calling a 1-800 number, now they have direct access to me. I have one phone. I should have two, but I only have one. And I think that's one of the biggest things. They know that they can call me, and I live pretty local to a lot of people. And if I don't live local, I'm going to get up at 1:00 in the morning. I'm going to make that drive out to you, and I'm going to make sure you're taken care of like that day. And I think that's the biggest difference. Culture wise, like the company itself, I mean, they really, really dive into the high quality of people. Like they teach us more than just about work. They teach us about life too. And they really want to develop you as an overall person, not just an overall sales agent. And that's what's been the best for me. And I've seen growth in myself night and day, even compared to 3 months ago.
Yeah. That's awesome. So what are you most excited about kind of moving forward, right? I know obviously you are in that position where you're now leading other people as well over the past year. You're growing your book of business, your brand, creating more content, doing more stuff. But like, what's exciting you right now about the next year and 5 years ahead?
What's exciting me right now about the next year is more opportunity for growth for me. I plan on taking that jump to the next level, but I also plan on bringing my team with me. So the potential that my team has right now, and the guys that I've been working on, girls that I've been working with, and like building them up, that's what excites me, is basically replicating myself and having the opportunity to do it, but more so giving these guys the opportunity that I had to change my life and let them change theirs. I think that's the most exciting part for me.
Yeah, it's a great feeling, regardless if you're doing anything in life where you're able to say, hey, like, here's what I've learned. Here's what you don't do. Here's what you do. And go do it better, quicker, faster, and stronger than me.
Oh yeah. I had those conversations yesterday. We'll have one today around our team meeting. Is my job is to make sure that I train you better than me. Like I want you to be better than me, not as good as me. I want you to be better than me. And that's always the conversation. And they do a great job about it. They do a great job. They're great listeners. They take everything I say with stride and they run with it. So that's what's been great about it.
Yeah. So let's talk about that for a second. So like that abundance mindset, you didn't say the word abundance, but like when you're talking about like, hey, I'm not looking to, ruin a relationship that's already there with another competitor, quote unquote competitor of yours, or it's, hey, I want my reps to do better than I've done. And so talk to me a little bit about how that abundance mindset has paid off for you, where it's like, hey, I'm just looking to help.
Okay. I would say that it's paid off for me in the way that, now instead of just shouldering the weight by myself, which for a while I was doing.
Yeah.
I was the one closing. I was the one writing. Like it was me. While I was also trying to teach 6 or 7 guys at the same exact time. But now I have people that are bought in. They're bought into the company. They're bought into me. I know that right now, if I called any single one of them and said, hey, I need you to go here for me, I'm not going to be able to do it today. They're going to drop whatever they're doing. They're going to go there. And it's really alleviated pressure off of me.
Yeah.
But also now they're feeling more empowered, which they like. Everybody likes that empowerment.
Yep.
So you're giving them more responsibility, helping them build towards that leadership role, and the growth that they feel and the empowerment they feel. They love it, right? And now they're about to have their own team, and they want to do the same exact thing. So I think it's really helped with my team's turnover rate. My team has a significantly low turnover rate, and it's just because I trust them, they trust me, they trust the process, and I empower them.
Yeah.
Sometimes on your very first day of work with me, what I do to set the tone is I make you do one completely by yourself with no experience at all. I send you, like, swim with the sharks. That's the best way to learn. But it's also just to show you like how easy it like it's not that scary. And they like it. A lot of times they'll get in the car like, hey, that actually wasn't bad. Like, see, you're bought in now. You're bought in.
Yeah.
It's just like a level of trust.
That's awesome, man. Well, dude, this was great. I'm really glad we had the opportunity to do this. Where can people get a hold of you if they're listening and they're like, hey, I want to learn more about what you can provide?
You can shoot me an email. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, phone call. So my phone number is 314-795-0645. That's my direct line of communication. Same number my mom has. So if you shoot me a call or a text, I'll get back to you as soon as you do it. Like I said, I work on my phone all day long. So I'll probably be sitting in the car, driving to the next business, listening to a podcast. Maybe this one.
Yeah, man. Well, that's awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. Again, for those of you that are listening, this is a great value add for you to be able to have for your employees and really level up, not just, hey, the retention of the current ones you have, but use it as a recruiting tool. Build your personal brand and your business brand and say, we care for our team, and leverage what Alex and his team have.
Yeah. Absolutely. I appreciate you having me on. It was great. And I really look forward to hanging out with you a little bit more and learning some more from you. So I really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Love it. And thank you so much for listening or watching today's podcast episode. Make sure in the show notes to take a look at all the information that Alex put in there so you can go reach out to him, schedule a conversation with him. He's a great guy doing amazing things, and his company has a lot that can offer your business. If you're listening to this episode, make sure to leave us a 5-star review on the podcasting platform of your choice. Share this content on social media, and then if you're watching the video on YouTube specifically, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate your support, and all of those things help get this out in front of more people. We will see you next week on the next episode. And remember, authority isn't built overnight, it's built over time.
Thanks so much for tuning into this episode. We sure do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're subscribed to the show wherever you consume podcasts. This way you'll get notifications as new episodes become available. If you feel so inclined, please leave us a review. We sure do appreciate it. Until next time, friends.